This is a little rocket test stand for the test contracts. Probably not the most exciting thing to open up with, but hey, this is low-level career mode. This is what it's all about. Testing contracts. Yeah. Letting off a big, huge cloud of smoke. And I don't know why I let this thing record for so long. Yes. The most exciting video on YouTube right now. But anyway, as you can see, part testing. This, however, is far more exciting because what it is I had a contract to launch a satellite, but I couldn't seem to get the unmanned capsules to have any control. They were just flying all over, like you remember in the last episode. So I thought what I would do is I would strap the unmanned probe to the side of a capsule and use that to get up into space. But as you can see, it's not quite going the way I would hoped. I'm not getting as high as I would want it to. I mean, it was a good idea, but ultimately, as you can see, the fuel is going down, and I am nowhere near the altitude I need. It needs 14,000, and or something like that. I don't know. At least I was able to get some science out of it. You know, and it was sort of just a test idea to see would something like this even work. And it doesn't. It doesn't get far enough. There's not enough delta V in one of those little things. So we all just fly up over and land on the North Pole, or near the North Pole, in the north. Yeah. Oh well. It's still a nice little science mission. You know, I should have, like got out and grabbed some samples, but I didn't think about that. Didn't think about that at all. This was just a little simple lander. I completely forgot about that. But, oh, this was a thing to test the jet engine. So I built this little, but I didn't have any, what are they called? Landing gear. Yeah, I can't remember what the word landing gear. Anyway, I just made this little simple delta wing thing. Well, sort of a delta wing. It's a little long, this little aircraft here. And it worked out pretty well. It's just sort of a test the engine. And just sort of playing around with flight. So I couldn't actually land on, like in the traditional sense, because I didn't have the, like I said, I didn't have landing gear. But as you can see, I put some parachutes on it. So what I do is I fly all the way back and then deploy the chutes. At least that was the plan. Fly back and deploy the chutes and land on land on the runway. However, oh, it was something else I was thinking of. But anyway, This is the first Munar flyby, and I packed it full of batteries. It didn't have any solar panels, and I wasn't sure how much power I was going to use. And actually, it ended up being way too many batteries at all. But yeah, this actually did exactly what I was wanting to have happen. And it's a fun little rocket design. All those SRBs, and then these little extra side boosters, and then the core, and then the extra stages. It is just enough to get me out there and back. A wonderful little rocket. Yeah. Trying to make sure it all flies correctly. Yeah, I don't have fuel lines yet, but I don't need them because all these engines are exactly the same. They all burn at the same rate. So just adding extra tanks makes up for that. As you can see, I'm getting ready to eject the next half stage boosters. I call them half stages because it's really not a full stage. Because I don't know. I know there's a convention in actual rocket. In actual rocket designs, you have the stage numbers, and then you have the number of boosters, and then whether or not they're solid or liquid. So this would be let's see, it's like three or four. Maybe like I can't even remember the actual designations of it, but it's like 4-3-2 or something like that. No, 4-3-6. It would be 4-3-6. Because it's 4 stage, 3 boosters, 6 solid boosters. Yeah. And here's my transfer stage. I just do a little report and I transmit that because I don't need to hold on to it. I needed more room for the science at the moon, as well as the contract to transmit something from orbit. But yeah, here we go. Off to the moon. For the first time in the series. And I think this just gets me far enough. I can't remember if I take this all the way to the moon or not. I think so. But it's been a while since I actually did any of this. Because it takes so long to actually make these episodes. Most of this was recorded weeks ago. And then the audio was recorded not long. When I say not long after that, but still. It's one of those where like I recorded this 2 weeks ago, I narrated it a week ago, and then I uploaded it. And if it takes that much time to make these things, simply because of the amount of time it takes to launch, design, fly, pilot, edit, record, re-edit, record, rework, it's very labor intensive. But I'm going to keep doing it because it's fun. I enjoy these crazy little rocket designs and trying to get things to work out. Yeah, I've decided that with this series, I'm not going to edit out any failures at all whatsoever. So if the mission fails, if astronauts get stranded, I gotta go pick them up. If they crash and they unfortunately die, I unfortunately lose an astronaut. It's sad, but sometimes that happens. You know, sometimes you lose an astronaut. which is a very sad thing. But that doesn't happen on this mission. Everything goes according to plan. I go out to the moon, I get in orbit, and then I do some orbital science. Like right here, these materials bays, they're so huge. They just take up so much space. And they weigh so much, but they return so much science. They're like the biggest thing that you can stick on a rocket. And here we go, getting ready for our departure stage, or departure burn anyway. We go ahead and we stage that out, and we leave it in orbit around the moon. So it's just permanently there. And here we have our Kerbal return stage, which was more than enough fuel. This is also just a test to see how much fuel I would need to carry out to the moon on like a landing mission, and this is more than enough. So it's just a slight redesign. Yes, a slight redesign of the pod capsule thing up here at the top. And I put way too many parachutes, but I, again, just wanted to make sure everything worked out properly. And it did. Here we come, flying down at, what is it, 2.5 kilometers a second. So that's almost an hour and 3. So yeah, this is about 5 miles a second, I think. Yeah, something like that. And here I'm using the point retrograde, and this is one of the reasons I put so many batteries, because I knew it really ate battery power to do that. So now I have all these parachutes, and then I'm trying to can't remember if I stage off, but I do use this to slow me down so that when I hit the lower atmosphere, it's not like it doesn't tear the ship apart. But yeah, I think I eject the stage just to keep my weight down, so that I don't slam into the ocean and blow up and lose all this wonderful science data, and I have to do it all over again and pay money. That would have been the smart thing to do, but it didn't, because it was the economic thing